Hello everybody and welcome to Badminton Racket Review and welcome to the first 2018 testing session. Sorry we've taken so long to get the rackets out, it's such a long process, and I noticed looking at the screen, if you're wondering why I'm looking a little bit moist, it is hot in the UK right now, and for those of you in India and Indonesia and Malaysia, I know you guys are used to it, but for us in the UK, we're still getting used to it. It's quite warm, especially to be in a studio today, so I apologise if I look a bit reflective. So this is racket number 574. What? 574th racket for testing for Badminton Racket Review. That is quite an achievement and we're really proud of that. So we'll start as we normally do. This is a Babolat Prime Blast. It's a budget racket. We'll go through the specs as I can see them on the racket here. So recommended string tension is only 18 to 22 pounds. As I said, it's a lower budget racket. We've actually strung it to 25 pounds and you can hear the tension in the strings there. We string all of our rackets with the same string at the same tension, which is 25 pounds always. It says the shaft is very flexible, so we have a very flexible shaft here, and the balance is towards the head, so head heavy. And we had a couple of emails in for some members asking about head heaviness and head lightness. Even though we're pointing the racket in this direction, the weight of the racket isn't in the head, it's all in the shaft. So where it is in the shaft, if it's this way, it's regarded as head heavy. If it's in the center, it's even, and if it's this way, it's head light. But even though it's head heavy, it literally means it's heavy towards the head. Okay, so the price of this racket is around £30 mark in the UK. It's available from a number of different places in the UK. I'm not sure, you'd have to check in your local area to see how much they charge in your area, and also whether it's available in your area. I'm not sure if it's an international racket or not. In terms of the design, it's actually quite a bright, you can see that it's quite a bright design. It's got some nice touches, and to be honest with you, it's actually quite well finished. It's a matte design, it's not like a gloss or a satin sort of finish. Matte design, nice colours. I know some of their tennis rackets, Babolat's tennis rackets are like this. They're quite bright and prominent, and a lot of manufacturers seem to be going in that direction. The print quality is good, apart from one or two places where the writing has sort of gone that direction as opposed to just being straight, but it's a minor niggle, especially at the price. But take a look at this close-up video and see what you think of the design for yourself. Okay, so how much does this racket weigh? Because they, what I didn't mention earlier is the weight. They have it in here as unstrung specs, weight 83 grams. So I forgot to mention that earlier. We'll do a weight test now with the strings in place and with the grip as supplied by Babolat, and let you know how much it's actually going to weigh on court. So that comes in at 87 grams, which is very reasonable, given the unstrung weight is 83 grams. So that makes it a fairly sort of, it's not super light by any means, and it doesn't feel super light to sort of swing it, but it's not super heavy either. So it's in a nice middle sort of category there. If you're a sort of 4U fan, and some of the 3U rackets, once they're strung, got the grips on, they go over 90 grams, they're getting a bit heavy for you. This might be a good option, especially if you're on a budget. Well, what we'll do now is we'll move on to a smash test to see how good this racket is at smashing the shuttlecock. Okay, so the smash test is done. Now we'll do a maneuver test, and as you already know from all the other videos, the maneuver test is basically set up so we can measure the head speed of the racket as it moves through the air. And finally, the control test. The control test is basically done to see how good this racket is at controlling the shuttlecock. The video you're seeing shows a partial part of the test. The test is actually a lot longer, and we take an average for the score on that test. Here it is. Okay, so all testing is done. You have all the key information on the racket. Don't forget, week commencing like the first week of August-ish, this racket will be on sale at our racket site, which is www.badminton-racket-review.com. Now, to summarize this racket, I would say it's a very good all-round performer and represents excellent value for money. If you want a very detailed review, you need to go to the Badminton Racket Review e-zone, which is on our website. You'll see the e-zone at the top. Yes, you do pay to get in. It's starting price is only $1.99, which is bargain city, even at a £30 racket, because there's, like I just said, this is the 574th racket we're testing, so there's a lot of information on there. And the current 26 rackets we've tested, the previous 23 or 4 we tested, now come with a full members only video review. So you get the test results and you get the video where I talk about each element of the racket, so control, overhead shots, smashing capability, defense capability, the kind of stuff that we haven't tested but a lot of you seem to want to know about. The image that's coming up now will give you an idea of how one racket page within Badminton Racket View looks like. I'd also recommend, if you are considering becoming a member, to go down below and you'll see some links below, including our racket site, also a link to how to use Badminton Racket Review and what it really represents. Is what we've noticed is the members that we've got, the people who have come on and logged on to the E-Zone, they still are not utilizing the full capacity of the website, and the video below will help you to do that. So it's worth checking that once you subscribe, or if you're thinking of subscribing, so it will give you a much better idea of what's contained within the heart of Badminton Racket Review. Thanks for tuning in today. It's been nice to do this video, and the next one will be up real shortly.